As of right now, the results of the Tournament of Power are not guaranteed. They haven't been revealed, and we definitely won't know it for a while until probably the end of the arc. Now, I wanted to talk about how Universe 3 could end up being a big problem for our universe, the other universes, and could potentially have an advantage or win the entire competition. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We have videos up weekly. I have a lot of theory videos coming out, so please support the channel. So, I want to talk first of all about their God of Destruction and their Supreme Kai. Their God of Destruction, if I'm pronouncing the name right, it's Moscow, named after the Moscow Mule, another alcoholic pun made by Toriyama. Now, he's just a large robot, okay? The Supreme Kai of that universe, he looks like a geek. He looks like like a scientist. Looks very intelligent. He even, brags about in episode 85. He brags about his intelligence of his universe, and he thinks that's going to be his advantage to win. He thinks that his universe is just way smarter than everybody, and they're going to outsmart everybody in the battle. This Supreme Kai too, he's a good guy. Seems very friendly. He's all about respect. Definitely their universe is a higher ranking as far as the mortal level. They're a little more sophisticated. Obviously, with the intelligence that they have, they probably have a bunch of Bulmas in their universe, just creating a bunch of random crazy stuff. So, since their universe is going to be basically, like a sci-fi universe, I think that anything that could be predicted about them could almost potentially come true. We don't know what any of their competitors are going to look like. That hasn't been revealed at all. We don't have any idea whether their entire universe is necessarily built with fighters that are, biomechanical, if they're like half human, if they're android, 100% robot. We just have no idea. We do somewhat have an idea that, the mortals and the machines do live peacefully together. So that's the furthest we can go. We also do know, just because there's no complete eradication of evil in any of the universes, that there is going to be bad guys. It's safe to assume that every single universe is going to have at least one or two villains in each of their universes. I wanted to talk about, too, how the promotional material is bringing up Android 17 and 18 quite a bit. They've been boosted up a lot. Yeah, it's going to be cool seeing 17 and 18 work together again. It looks like they're going to be, really good for this tournament just because they're going to be teammates again. They know each other very well. They have a strong bond. Them two together, they're going to do a lot of cool moves. They have unlimited energy. So that's going to be cool to see. But what if there's another reason why that they're being, broadcasted so much? What if they're going to have a bigger role in the arc that, just plainly we can't really see other than them, beating a lot of people up and ringing out a lot of people? What if, this Universe 3 has a creature kind of like Cell? Now, this Cell creature can come about in two different ways. Now, the Cell creature could be a bad guy, so it could be a villain that, he could want to absorb other androids in his realm, or should I say universe, or he could just be a good guy, where, it's kind of like how, if there's an invasion of a certain species, I don't know, like a rat, then, they'll bring in a bunch of snakes to eat up the rats. Well, what if, he's just some sort of android-like creature that's made, with different cells of different organisms, kind of like just how Cell was, but, like, its sole duty is just to, clean up messes. It's kind of like a police dog, except what it does is it absorbs bad guys and takes care of them that way, and then it becomes stronger and stronger every time it absorbs, a bad android. So then, like that, they know, okay, well, if this thing just keeps getting stronger, then, we'll never have a problem getting rid of the bad android, since, our good android is always going to become stronger. So, the androids could just be like, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Cell could be like Ader from back in Dragon Ball. Could just be, which, Ader was a lot like 16. They were just like these nice 100% robots. But We don't know how well they're going to interact with each other. We don't even know what their abilities will be. And based off of androids in our universe, though, we could assume that they might be able to have some regeneration powers. That's like, for the cell-like creature. It could regenerate. They could have... Actually, all 10 of their fighters could end up being like our androids and never run out of energy. That would be really scary. And with a universe like theirs, it could be very possible. They could have, an entire lineup or a few people that were just like 19 and 20, where, they'll be able to absorb energies and absorb power. Now, maybe they'll have to dead on, grasp onto an energy blast or grasp onto their opponent. And then like that, they'd be able to gain the energy, but that would be very bad on their part. It wouldn't be efficient. It would be a slower move. So therefore, it wouldn't be effective in this kind of tournament where, if they try to grab somebody, then, an opponent of another universe or their teammate can go ahead and save them real quick and knock them off of them. But, with the universe as sophisticated as this, and, all the gods, they're all confident in each of their universes in some sort of way. So, and their way, they're saying it's because they're intellectually smarter. Now, that doesn't mean that they're, very good strategists or anything. They're just very, very book smart. They know how to create all these great things, which that really will have probably nothing to do with fighting and will help them in the fight. But I really want to see how it impacts our androids. And I'm pretty sure, I think it's safe to say there's a 100% chance there's going to be at least 2 or 3 robot fighters or androids that are in Universe 3. Just because their whole universe is based off of science and their God of Destruction is a robot itself. So that could be a huge threat. There's a lot of other universes that may not have faced threats like that before. I mean, we know Universe 6 has, robotic creatures too. Every universe probably has some sort of robotic creature. That's just how the Dragon Ball universes are. There's probably one person in each society that's like a Bulma, where they're ahead of their time and they can create creatures, or like a Dr. Gero person that can create androids. And then, when you look at the motives of people, there's going to be people that are going to create machines for good, machines for evil. If you look into, some crazy theories of like machines turning on people too, then, that's how we can get, evil machines, evil androids. But definitely, though, there could be people that, or, universes that they haven't faced androids like ours, which a lot of people have been bringing up too. There's probably a lot of universes that haven't dealt with villains like ours that were so literally evil and menacing that they wanted to wipe out or take over the entire universe themselves. So they may not know how to tactically fight against these androids. They may not know how to get around like an absorption technique, or how to defeat somebody who can absorb others, how to defeat somebody who can who has like unlimited energy. But then again, that could be dangerous for us too. What if Universe 3, like, they have a cell-like creature that just out of strategy absorbs 17, 18 or whoever, and that's not 100% guaranteed because there's no killing in the tournament. But what if the absorption ability doesn't kill them? It's kind of like how Majin Buu, when he absorbs people, he doesn't really kill them. They just become a part of him, which I really hope that Majin Buu ends up absorbing somebody or turning somebody into chocolate in the tournament, because that'd be really smart and helpful. But if there's a way that, the other creature can just absorb, the other's life force, what if the other creature just absorbs their opponent's life force up until they were almost dead, Because stealing energy, that would just be an ability. So if the creature, or the android, whatever it is, if it's somehow able to absorb energy, and then it times it out to where, okay, I'm going to absorb the energy up until like 99.9%. So it barely hit, like this person is barely going to be alive. They're just going to be gasping for air for like the next week. Then with that weak body, they can just throw them off the stage, and now they become stronger, and that could create a being stronger than probably any of the beings in any of the universes, which would be scary. And because of the last episode that aired, it looks like the universes aren't going to be working together. That all fell apart, so it's every man for themselves, and that'd be hard to deal with if you have a being in universe 3 that could end up stronger, or being the strongest being out of every single one of them in the universes. So it can go that route with the android, or there could just be a being that's mechanically made that, let's say, it doesn't feel pain, it has unlimited energy, and also on top of that, I don't know, let's just say it's made out of some steel that, like, literally, like, unless a god of destruction punches it, it won't even dent. Let's just say, like, they made some sort of machine robot that's that strong. It's possible. Anything's possible in this Dragon Ball universe. That could be a threat too. So if you have a machine that can literally, let's say they made all the machines just as strong as their god of destruction, that could be a possibility too. So there's a lot of scary results in Come From Universe 3. That's how I think they could be a threat and could possibly win. It's another reason why 17 and 18 have been advertised so much, and how they could play a role, which would kind of suck for everybody else. But it is what it is. It would make the tournament more interesting. So if you like what I say, if you have any comments about it, just comment below. Also, give me a like and subscribe.